And we're back with the simple but beautiful fade. Let's get into it. I always start with my baseline because that sets the shape of the entire fade and acts as a roadmap for the haircut. And I am using a trimmer here just for content, but I recommend setting this with a clipper just to make things easier. After that, I'm going to set my length on the sides using the number 3 guard with the lever closed. And I am only working on the flatter parts of the head here, meaning the head does round at some point, right? So when I reach those areas, I am gonna make sure I stop pushing in and start flicking out or going straight up like I'm going up a wall. The shape I create with the number 3 follows the same shape as my baseline, so I am slightly dropping it in the back and avoiding going into the crown area. Now this step is important because it creates a strong foundation and it makes sure that you're keeping the areas dark in the top parts of the head. Now once the base length is set on the sides, I'm gonna go in with the 1.5 guard with the lever closed, and this guard pretty much will determine where the dark part of my fade is going to start. Now I usually take it about halfway up if I want something more compressed, or a little higher if I want something more stretched out, but never going up to where the number 3 is. Now to save time and skip guards, without switching guards, using the 1.5, I'm gonna open the lever and I'm gonna angle the clipper blade slightly outward towards me instead of digging into the head, which is gonna let me glide over the hair and blend the 1.5 smoothly into the number 3 for a cleaner transition. The whole idea behind guard skipping and getting comfortable with your clipper blade angle is really important, and it's something you don't need to overthink. This comes down to practice and feel more than anything. Over time, you're gonna realize you don't need to push into the skin or have the entire blade, pressed against the head. Instead, you're only making contact with part of the blade while angling outward. Once that clicks, you'll notice your lines start getting softer and your guidelines blend much easier. That realization was huge for me when I was learning because I understood that these small details actually matter. But for now, just take it slow, keep practicing, and focus on your blade angle because how you hold the clipper plays a big role in blending and making guard skipping work smoothly. Now, for this darker area in the fade that I'm pointing out with the comb, I'm simply going in and softening it with my thinning shears. If you're new, you're gonna see me use thinning shears a lot. Some people say they're unnecessary or that they create holes, but I've been using them for over 10 years with no issues. The key is understanding that thinning shears do not need to be on the scalp. That's why I use a comb as a guard. The shears are basically floating above the hair that I'm only cutting the very tips little by little until the area starts to look lighter and softer. The goal here is control. This lets me manage the dark areas without risking it with a clipper. It's just simply a safe way to clean up a fade and keep smooth transitions from dark to light. A lot of beginners end up with fades that go light, then dark, and then light again because they dig in too much with guards or clipper over comb. This is just my personal preference, but it's something I recommend learning because it keeps you from cutting too much and helps you blend cleanly into the top. Now, after creating another guideline with the half guard lever closed, about halfway between the 1.5 and the baseline, I then opened the lever and did the same thing I did before with the 1.5, which was, angling the blade outward until it blends into the 1.5 area now. This is a simple system, guys, that might sound complicated, but it's really not. I've shown the more common no guard open to 1 open to the 2 or 3 method before, and that works too, but I find this approach easier and more consistent for most hair types. You can also use a 1 guard here, if you want, and it'll work, but with thicker hair, I usually prefer the half guard for more control. But after that, I move into detailing, which is important to me as a quality-based barber, but I don't overdo it. I just do what's necessary because a haircut can only be so perfect. But then I clean up the bottom by shaving underneath the baseline, just leaving a little bit of stubble. and I go back in with my trimmer to meet the baseline I set earlier while still flicking and really not applying too much pressure. So you'll see that, I did angle the trimmer blade, towards the scalp, but again, I'm not putting any kind of pressure, just sort of gliding over it and meeting up with that baseline. At times I'll create another line, but it's more softer than the previous one that I did earlier before. But yeah, guys, nothing crazy. After that, I do go in with the lever closed, and as I move up, I'm slowly opening the lever to cut less and blend into the fade above. But as you can see though, guys, this is a very simple approach, and it's all about working from the top down. I create an area above, and once I decide that's how dark I want it, I tell myself I'm not touching it anymore. That helps me avoid going too high or lining areas that don't need it. So I like to think of it as, setting my ceiling or my roof for the fade, so I always know my limit. But after this, guys, I did lightly line him up since he doesn't like super sharp lineups. In the past, other barbers pushed him back too far, especially near his calic that you'll see, and he wasn't a fan of that. So, I like to keep it natural for him, just how he likes it. But that's pretty much the whole haircut, guys. In the next video, I am going to talk a little bit more about the break that I took and why I stepped away for a bit. But during that time, I've been working heavily behind the scenes on something for the School of Barbering. If you don't know, I'm a part owner of the School of Barbering, where we essentially just teach barbers how to actually grow their business the right way, using content systems and understanding barbering as a business and not just a hobby. But I've also been dabbling deep into AI and automation lately, and we've been building and testing some things in the background for a while now that I'm very excited to finally start showing you guys, what we've been working on. But I am getting back to posting consistently, and I really appreciate all of you guys, especially since you guys helped me recently reach 100,000 subscribers. I really appreciate your guys' patience during this break. I'll also be announcing a giveaway in the next video, so stay tuned for that. But let me know in the comments again what other haircuts you guys want to see. I'm excited to get back into it, guys. Much love to all of you, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.